it definitely came with some challenges. Thank goodness for 2K.
That's right. In fact, it's been an honor for us to share our time and our episodes with you, the fans, the community. And the big news is NBA 2K TV is returning for Season 7.
Yes, we're coming your way on September 4th. All new episodes of NBA 2K TV and NBA 2K21, where everything.
This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and with some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2. And for the Hawks, Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Murray. Collins grabs the miss. Well, Smitty, for players and teams that are out of the playoff hunt, how do they stay motivated here to go the rest of the season, every night, every practice, every trip?
And I think that's when the organization, your captains, your coaches, you got to talk about being a pro. Sometimes you lose focus. You're not in the playoffs, and maybe your team that was supposed to be or not slated to be in the playoffs, you still are a professional. You have to have a professional approach.
To the inside, Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Murray, the pass to Millsap. Capella against Jokic. He wants to get to Millsap and does. Clock at 4. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Jokic missing.
I mean, you won't see this too often. Getting denied at the rim. He's likely to remember that one.
Capella finds Young. Back to Capella. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Here's Craig, right now averaging about 5 points a game. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. The 17-footer goes down.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now, here's Capella. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Kicks it out to Collins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Millsap. Shot by Collins, no good.
It just seemed like they were out of sync and waited way too long.
Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 2, a tough loss coming against New York in their last game played. The Hawks making a switch here. Reddish is checked in, and Denver with a change here too. Monte Morris is checked in for Torrey Craig. And here's Young from the arc. Capella controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Fires from 14, and it's Jokic missing.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Hunter, no one around him. The three-pointer is right on target.
I like that. Collins playing under control, reading the floor. Nice setup there.
Morris with the bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
Now, here is Young. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Passes it to Capella from deep. Rebound by the Nuggets. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
Got that one up quick.
Multifaceted as Trae Young may be, everything still starts with that jumper.
Morris passes to Jokic. Basket counts. Jokic has got 6.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Young in the corner over Morris. Young's shot is off. Denver in the lead. Wide open look here for Murray. Hits it from three-point range. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Young against Morris. And stolen by Murray. And Millsap, here we go. And Millsap slams it in.
Millsap confident attacking off the dribble.
Young taking his time here. Offensive rebound. And Collins is right there.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Hunter. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Nuggets lead. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star.
Basketball, like passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Hawks, Bembry out there with Teague. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the power forward.
And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why: he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion, had some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Hawks passing it around. The shot by Carter, nobody around. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Denver leading by 3. Daniels dishes to Grant. Kicks the ball. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Denver making a switch here. Craig's checked in. Plumlee, the pass to Grant. And yes, it's good.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Teague with the ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. There's the pass to Dedmon. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Grant. Teague with a clean look. That one falls, coming off Carter's feed. Teague's got his second bucket of the night. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Now Daniels. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Dishes to Grant. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Nuggets lead by 5. Steve, the player tracking data is kind of an interesting thing. It's a big part of scouting now. In fact, AI can accumulate that right from the TV feed, which to me is amazing.
It is. I think if it doesn't distract or take away from our game, to have that type of information live and from a player being able to play in a game, I think it's helpful for everything, for scouting, for, I would say, health reasons, for guys, conditioning. I love it, as long as it doesn't distract from the game.
That's a good point. Here's Dozier after the made shot from Jeff Teague. The putback. Fernando pulls it in. The Hawks trail by 3. Inside, stolen by Grant. And stolen by Dedmon. Now here's Teague. Tight defense on him. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Reddish, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bembry.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Paul Millsap is checked in for Grant. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. It was the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas. From deep three-point range, shots good from Young. Young's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
What do you expect? Young is a threat to score the moment he crosses half court.
Here's Craig. 51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Reddish's shot is good.
After a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Morris, no good. Pass to Jokic. Millsap left side. Clock at 6. On the wing, Daniels. Second shot opportunity. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
He always has the green light to take those kinds of shots because he is absolutely lethal from there.
And Young, here we go. Makes it off the glass. Young's got 7 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
From 15 feet away, good work there as it goes.
This is what you do when your opponent's trying to take away the 3 and the painted area.
And that one released in time, but no good. Tie game in Atlanta.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to a competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. They were unable to ever build a big lead. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Without question, Jeff Teague displaying his skills today.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot. No coverage that time. Young's got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Millsap finds Jokic.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just on found in that center position. Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Here's Young. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Here's Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists now in this one. Greg Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Here's Young. Michael Porter making his last shot. Launches it. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
And Murray, here we go. It's good. Murray's got 7 points.
3 straight to begin this half. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And here's Young. 16 points for him. Herter passes to Capella. Hawks passing it around. Murray against Young. And that one, good. Young's got 11 in the second half.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. And here's Young after Jamal Murray was able to get that triple. Now, here's Hunter, guarded by Porter. Young outside. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Andre Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. Now Hunter, following the three-point attempt by Jamal Murray. Murray against Capella. Pass to Collins. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Atlanta. And Coach Pierce works as an assistant general manager in the offseason. Steve able to learn that side of things and have a voice in acquisitions.
That's very important. They are building something special in Atlanta. He's going to play a big role in that as well.
Here's Jokic following the 3 by Atlanta. Deep 2 from Murray. The Nuggets with another miss. The Hawks leading by 6. Now, here's Hunter. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for John Collins. Carter comes in for Hunter. Reddish, he's checked in for Kevin Herter. And it's Teagan for Bembry. Denver also making some changes. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Porter. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Doesn't go for him. And the Nuggets going the other way. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. Plumlee, Dedmon with the block.
The 7'4" wingspan of Dedmon, hard to get your shot over that.
They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter.
Yeah, you love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Here's Dedmon. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Atlanta heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Dwayne Dedmon, Teague out there with Reddish. Then there's Carter. And it's Fernando in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Reddish the pass to Fernando. Outside Teague. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Bembry's checked in for Atlanta. Teague kicks to Reddish. Back to Teague. Shot clock at 6. And the layup falls. And now it's a 9-point Hawks lead.
And there you see the speed of Teague. Always keeps defenders backed up.
Morris against Teague. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Young's checked in for Jeff Teague. And then for Denver, Paul Millsap is checked in for Jeremy Grant. Michael Porter comes in for Bull. And it's Torrey Craig in for Troy Daniels. Morris against Young. Knocked away. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And that game against the Wizards, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
Morris against Young. Here's Jokic. Here's Millsap. Pass to Craig. The second chance effort. Dedmon with the block. Now here's Reddish. Defense right on him. The kick out to Young. Goes back up. And he connects with the jumper. Young's got the lead up to 11 now for Atlanta.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Smitty, certain guys, due to their size or just playing style, are harder to officiate than others. I've always believed that.
It is. I mean, back in my day, it was Shaq. How do you officiate him? Is he creating contact or he is absorbing contact? James Harden at a guard spot is one of those guys. Giannis, I also think, is one of those guys. And Russell Westbrook. Those are my guys I think that are playing right now.
They're just such different players, aren't they? I mean, they're just very difficult to officiate.
And they play through contact well.
Yes, good point. And the Hawks making a change here. Hunter's checked in.
John Collins, a powerful dunker, especially when he gains momentum heading toward the rim.
And Collins has got the ball here for Atlanta. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Murray against Young. Kicks it out to Collins. Here's Hunter. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
And with Murray, you have an all-around scorer, someone who feels comfortable shooting from just about any spot on the court.
Collins against Millsap. Young passes to Capella, kicks it out to Collins. And here's Young from the arc. Rebound by the Nuggets.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
The Nuggets trail by 12. The pass to Craig. Now here's Jokic. Lays it up off the glass.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this. And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Hawks.
When you shoot this well from three-point range, you're really hard to stop. The defense didn't rotate out fast enough to stop the hot shooters.
Exactly, Kevin. They were lethal from deep.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Trae Young.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Floats it up for Jokic. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Oh, and a fast break for Anna. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so here's Denver. 11-point game. And that one's good. Millsap.
Very quietly, Paul Millsap just goes about his business. He's a tough competitor.
Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Morris looking over the floor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And Morris drops them both. Here's Graham. Good.
An impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
They gave the team tremendous energy tonight. The fans.
The NBA 2K21 demo is out now, and in this episode, we're jumping right in. Plus, we look back at our best 2K TV moments of 2K20. And first looks at what's coming up in my team for 2K21.
Now it's ended up. Well, the Nuggets lucky to have him. Thanks, David. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Millsap.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard. And for the Celtics, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward, with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center, filling out the middle. On defense, Denver. Brown kicks to Walker. The shot. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Walker. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your goal.
Oh! And Walker's got the ball here for the Celtics. Nice ball movement by Boston. Tice finds Tatum. Boston getting another chance here. Another shot. Tice passes to Tatum. Back to Tice. Jokic with the steal. Passes it to Porter. The rebound by the Celtics. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls, and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. They got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now it's a shootout.
And here's Tatum for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Almost perfect in the game to start, 3 of 4.
And it's Murray penetrating. And good that time. Murray's got 5.
Well, if Murray gets his slashing game together like that, that's a good sign for his offense. Love how confident he is.
And Tice gets it to go.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Millsap finds Jokic. Fires the 3. Another 3 for Denver.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their 2 bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividend.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Millsap passes to Jokic, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And there's the call, foul on Boston.
Well, it's interesting when Jokic was playing with Nurkic and they cleared the room for Jokic to take over at the center position. He's taken on that responsibility. He's taken on the star role. He's accepting it and excelling at it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice. Williams comes in for Gordon Hayward. Marcus Smart's checked in for Brown. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 2. Denver's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 9 points for Jokic.
So polished in his all-around game. I'm not surprised to see Jokic roaring down there on the fast break.
Wasted no time on that one.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Out to the right wing. The 8-footer. And Cantor pulls it down. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And it's off the back rim, no good. The Nuggets have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Morris finds Grant. Out to Morris. Pass to Dozier. The Nuggets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. That one is off. Robert Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. He hits the second from the line. Boston trailing. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Can't hit that one. Good defense by Jokic. The Nuggets shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. And stolen by Tatum. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. The feed to Williams. In the corner, Smart with it. Changes up. Some solid defense from Grant.
The defense is tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Nikola Jokic firing on all cylinders for... Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach, Brad Stevens.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workout.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. They've got Plumlee. He's out there with Jokic. Monte Morris is out there with Bull. And it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. Tatum finds Smart. The kick out to Tatum. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Nuggets. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks. You talk about solid role players, Brent. Mason Plumlee fits the bill.
Does such a great job consistently of coming in, being a physical player, setting screens and rolling. Probably an underrated part of his game is the way that he passes the ball, but never is going to get your team out of sorts with the way that Mason can play within his role.
Morris with the bucket.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there, one of his better qualities as a passing big.
Right side, Williams. Outside, Tatum. Here's Smart. He doesn't hit that one. Now Denver takes it the other way.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Bull wide open. He shoots. And again, Denver with the triple.
And you can't forget about Bull's range. After all, big men like him are expected to take the three in today's game.
Smart on the wing. He's covered by Daniels. Jokic grabs the miss. Denver leading by 8. Morris finds Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Yeah, that's what he's doing best right now. Plumlee loves to convert as close to the rim as possible.
Williams passes to Wanamaker. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Sinks the three-pointer. Tatum's got 6 points.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Morris passes to Bull. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Jokic with it. He's guarded by Williams. There's the dish to Plumlee. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Catches the defender a little bit out of position. Plumlee makes a strong move to take advantage.
Brent, the league's been trying to clean up some of the physicality that we see, some of the jawing, but there are some players that do a great job of nonetheless getting under an opponent's skin.
I don't think, Kevin, over the past couple of years, we would deem the NBA as being more physical than at any other time. Would we say that?
I think that's
We
fair.
would never say that. But there are still irritants in the game. And the reason why those guys do that is because that's their competitive advantage. And that's the way the league is always going to operate. There are going to be guys out there who are going to use either their intellect to get inside your head or do things on a physical level that are going to cause you to think about what it is you're doing on the floor.
Exactly.
And when you find those guys, they're really interesting players to watch. You're not going to replicate their shooting form, Kevin. But in terms of sometimes their approach, there are things that you might be able to learn from a Draymond Green or a Marcus Smart.
There's no doubt.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Craig kicks to Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Craig passes to Plumlee. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
From deep, Walker. Denver grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Denver, they have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight. The Nuggets making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Celtics trail by 14. Tice with the ball. 20 points for him last game against Milwaukee.
The other part of his game was the outstanding D. Shot blocking is a huge momentum shifter, and his 2 blocks really turned the game in their team's favor.
The kick out to Porter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's the pass to Plumlee. Some solid defense from Brown. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter. Millsap left side. With 1 on the clock. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
You won't see a lot of...
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the first quarter was all about Nikola Jokic. He had 9 points, 3 assists, and 1. And that should do it.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. And it's Tice in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. For Denver, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Jokic has checked in for Denver.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? No longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding, but he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
Shoots from the right block. That one falls. And it's 8 points for Jason Tatum.
Yeah, in one-on-one situations, Tatum is a nightmare to guard. Versatile offensively, it really allows him to score consistently.
It's Porter outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 4 assists now tonight. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
To the paint. Here's Craig. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Walker, and he banks in the layup. Walker's got 5.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
Murray against Hayward. Here's Porter. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Tatum.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. The 10-footer. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Well, he's a tremendous shooter, is Jamal Murray, and nice to see him get to the mid-range and knock that one down.
Up top, Walker. He's covered by Murray. And there's the foul. It's on Torrey Craig. That is his first foul of the game. Robert Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. Smart comes in for Gordon Hayward. Denver also making some changes. Troy Daniels comes in for Torrey Craig. And Morris subbed in for Murray. Millsap passes to Jokic. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Boston making some changes. Enes Kanter comes in for Tatum. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Walker. You often hear about players talk about their favorite spot to fire from on the floor. How much of an effect does that really have, the favorite shooting spot?
Most of the time, Kevin, what you're talking about is star guys, because they're the ones who ultimately in any given possession, the coach is trying to find that guy in that spot to do something. What happens throughout the course of a year is when that player has the ball there, everybody else knows what to do.
Right.
Like the player knows what he's going to do, right, Kevin? Because he's the star player. But everybody around gets comfortable with the options and where it is that he goes. If he goes right, if I slide right, I'm going to get the 3. If he goes left, he's spinning back. I might move towards the top of the key. So the familiarity of not just the player, but the players around the player, that's where you can make it happen.
That's interesting.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Good on the shot. Daniels has got his first 2 points of the night.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
And Kanter throws it down.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
To the right side. Millsap grabs the miss. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. 17 points was their biggest margin. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3.
I admire the energy that Brown plays with, so great at getting to the line.
The Celtics have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Celtics making a switch here. Walker's checked in. Morris passes to Grant, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Here's Morris. Banked in off the glass. Morris has got 5 now.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Morris, left side. Grant, right side. Over Williams. No good on the last second attempt there. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nuggets lead by 10. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Down there! Keep playing with poise.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Paul Millsap. Grant is out there with Monte Morris. And it's Craig in at the 3 spot. From 15 feet away, and he hits the jump shot. Craig's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nuggets. Brown kicks to Smart. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Grant's got some verts. I mean, it's all out there, especially effective on getting to the shooters and making an impact.
Boston making some changes. Daniel Tice is checked in for Robert Williams. And Gordon Haywards is subbed in for Brown. Jokic, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Murray comes in for Monte Morris. Pass to Jokic. Fires the 3. A rebound by the Celtics. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That'll be his second foul of the game. Tatum, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. And a switcher also for Denver. Porter's checked in for Troy Daniels. Murray, no good.
Well, with his touch from mid-range, Kevin, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Walker. And here's Tatum for 3. No good that time. And Denver the other way now. Stolen by Smart. Tries again. Passes it to Tice. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. The Nuggets leading by 10. On the wing, Porter. Over Hayward. Porter, no luck.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Floats it up for Walker. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. Really left alone that time. And the Nuggets lead by 12.
This looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
And Walker kicks to Tatum. To the middle, here's Tice. And the layup's good off the glass.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
Murray against Walker. Hayward comes with the double team. Here's Craig. Back to Murray. Uncovered. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
A patient player. Tatum fine with taking what the defense gives him.
And it's Murray, that time on the assist by Millsap. 9 points for Jamal Murray.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Hayward up again. And it's Jokic with the rebound. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Whistle blows. If that's going to be a travel. 1:43 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Smart. Good, nice job down low. Smart's got his first bucket of the night.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Murray, no good. Celtics trail by 8. Smart kicks to Tice. And contact on the shot. So the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He told them this is a game of runs. It's a game of momentum. We may have the lead now, but I'm telling you guys, it can evaporate in a hurry. Let's close this thing out. Kevin?
There's the double team with Walker. Jokic kicks to Craig. Tatum against Millsap. 5 on the clock. Great D that time from Tatum.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Stolen by Walker. There's the lob to Brown. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart.
I know people can't see you, Kevin, but you're doing what I'm doing, scratching your head to that turnover.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Murray kicks to Craig. Now, here's Jokic. D right on him. Shot from 12. And he gets it to go. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
Yeah, you got to get up tighter than that. Some players you can give that much room to, but not him.
Here's Tatum. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And let's give some credit to Tatum. Doesn't crack when the pressure's on. He just seems to embrace the moment.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Millsap finds Porter. A three-pointer, no good.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You can bet that's what they're looking for. This late in the game, they need that 3.
And so it's Denver. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Welcome to this special edition of 2K TV.
The wait is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
The NBA 2K21 demo is here.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The start.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Morris.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Porter. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 guard. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Here's Beverley, just 5 on the clock. Morris with the bucket. Mark, you and I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
Denver's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. In the corner, Murray with it. Morris with the rebound.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Leonard kicks to Morris. Down low. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Over Porter. And it's Leonard missing. The Nuggets are gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And Porter, here we go. Got that bucket in no time at all. Porter's got 5 now.
You know, if you get open, you can bet that Jokic is going to find you. His floor awareness is off the charts.
George looking around. He kicks it to Beverley. Here's Zubac from the arc. And that one's good. Beverley.
Well, I tell you what, Beverly's really improved as a three-point shooter, as dependable as they come now, shooting from behind the arc.
Here's Craig, defended by George. Millsap finds Porter. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Jokic, no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Morris against Millsap. Morris outside. Now here's Beverley. Defense is right there. And the dunk by Zubac.
I love the unselfishness of Beverley. I mean, when he sees his teammate wide open, he quickly gets him the ball.
A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Andrew Shamet comes in for Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for George.
Yeah, inside, Bolt does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
And it's in there.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Morris dishes the Bowl. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really, few guys in the league are more unique than Bobo. Has length for days, but needs to add a tremendous amount of strength to guard his natural position.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded closely. Green passes to Jackson. And he overshot that one, missing. And talking about Bol, his dad, Manute Bol, was known for his defense. That is not the case for his son.
Well, they're two completely different types of players. Bobo's game is about skill. He can handle, he can shoot. And for someone who's 7'2", he's a tremendous playmaker.
Now Plumlee, following the three-point attempt by Lou Williams. The three from Morris. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his fourth rebound in this one. The Clippers have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Troy Daniels, he's checked in for Denver.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Absolutely, especially on the road when you need those guys off the bench to up the ante.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morris outside. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back.
My inspiration really came from my mother.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and has not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Andrew Shamet is out there with Morris. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then it's Williams. And it's Green in at the 5. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won Sixth Man of the Year for the third time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company. There's the lob to the hoop.
And he can certainly make that shot. Gotta like how he's looking for his shot a lot more nowadays. Much more confident.
The Clippers in the lead. Williams kicks to Leonard. Back to Williams. Inside, Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Zubats is checked in for Landry Shamet, and George is subbed in for Lou Williams. On the wing, Jackson. Leonard against Porter. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got the lead up to 6 now for the Clippers. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
The Nuggets trail by 6. To the inside. Jokic inside. Leonard's there. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. Jackson finds Leonard. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Leonard's got 5.
Leonard has really become so good at catching and firing. I mean, he doesn't allow the defense any time to alter his shot.
Oh, Leonard in position. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Millsap inside, guarded by Green. And that one's good. Millsap.
Love watching Millsap go to work inside. He's a pretty smooth operator in the paint. Good footwork, good strength, and good touch.
Jokic with the steal. Porter outside. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. 1:46 left in the second quarter. An easy 2 points on the layup. And with the playoffs ahead, some have argued for a play-in tournament, Clark, to determine the 6 through 10 seed. What do you think of that?
An interesting concept. In theory, it certainly might allow for more teams to be engaged down the stretch. You know, with Adam Silver, he's very much interested in seeing how to make the game better in every way. So there are no sacred cows. Just because it's been done one way before doesn't mean that he's not looking at ways to change it for improvement.
And keep that fan base really interested.
Yeah, that's a big part of what's made the league as successful as it has been worldwide.
Inside. And Green with the basket on the assist by Leonard. And now an 11-point Los Angeles lead. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Marcus Morris is checked in for Green. Williams comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Nuggets. They trail by 11. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That is game 3 of this 4-game trip. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Paul George. Denver also making some changes. Jeremy Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Clippers moving the ball around. Beverley deciding where to go with it. Pass to Shamet. 5 to shoot. Stolen by Grant. Floats it up for Jokic. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
Now here's Beverley. Takes the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Beverley's got 10 points in the game.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to a pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the and
there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Patrick Beverley. He's been playing really well.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot. Murray against Beverley. Murray kicks to Porter. Out to the wing. And it's Jokic missing.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
The pass to Morris. Over Jokic. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A different look for Denver. Plumlee comes in for Jokic, and it's Bol in for Porter. Now Zubac. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game, and that one is good. And the Clippers lead by 18. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
The Nuggets trail by 18. Here's Craig. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Morris against Millsap. Stolen by Beverly. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Pass to Beverly. Six on the shot clock. Back to George. Plumlee with some nice D.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Clippers leading by 18. Lob pass to George.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
The shot's good. Beverly's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, how about that, Kevin? When Beverly hits a few shots, you know he's feeling it now. Outstanding at knocking down quality looks.
Here's Craig. He's covered by Leonard. Craig passes to Plumlee. Shoots over Zubac. The shot's good from Plumlee.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Clippers. And you look at how the Nuggets have become the team they are. A lot has to do with player development.
Exactly. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Denver has done a great job in the draft. Identify talent, stick to your guns in choosing that talent, then build it, develop it. Their front office has been fantastic.
Here's George. He can't hit that time. Now Denver takes it the other way.
You know, he hasn't contributed well scoring the ball, but obviously his teammates have.
And that one's good. Millsap.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Clippers leading by 18. Leonard on the wing. Zubac the pass to Morris. Over Millsap. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Murray surveying the D. Passes to Bol. 6 to shoot. Feeds to Plumlee. Stolen by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Off target at the rim. And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got Ivica Zubac. Williams is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Landry Shamet, and it's Green in at the power forward position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Mark, you were so good at such an early age in your basketball career. At what point did you personally realize just how far the game could take you?
You know, it really resonated with me, Kevin, I think at a summer basketball camp at Miami of Ohio when some of the better campers, high school campers, were asked to play with the college guys at night. And then during pickup games in my hometown of Cleveland with some of the Cleveland Cavaliers, Jim Jones and the late Terry Furlow and Mike Mitchell, and being able to compete somewhat with those guys at 15 and 16 years of age and having them encourage me to keep going and that I'd have a chance to do what they were doing at the time, which was play pro ball.
Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Porter. Shamet, the pass to Green. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Jokic, Green with the block. Mark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing. And then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. To the middle. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Green against Grant. The drive by Green, and Green slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And you see Jeremy Grant on this team. He means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor. Great team player and an even better chemistry guy off the court.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and he's good on the three ball.
How about Kawhi Leonard knocking down the three ball? Didn't have that shot when he got into the league. Love seeing how he's improved as a shooter with the outside jumper.
And a wide open look for Porter. The Nuggets with another miss. Porter against Leonard on the wing. Williams. Pass to Zubac. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Here's Shamet. Offline with his three. Denver's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Grant. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got 7 rebounds in the game. .143 left in the game. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Jokic. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Clippers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought. An all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that. And man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. Fires from the corner. The Clippers grab the miss.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Leonard against Morris. Here's the three. Los Angeles with another miss. Porter against Williams. And that one's good by Porter.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
The pass to Dozier. Back to Porter. Down low. Here's Grant on the money.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it up.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the
Nuggets are not holding anything back in the wardrobe department as they make. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Atlanta, it's been a rough season for them. The good news is the lottery is only a couple months away.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
And we've all thought this. They're just a middle-of-the-road team. The last thing anyone in the NBA wants to be.
Looking at the starting 5 for the Atlanta Hawks. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with Collins, and it's Young in at the 5. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2 spot. Count the basket. Steve, tonight we have a great matchup at the center spot. Talk about how that position has evolved over the last couple of years.
I think because of the rules, Kevin, there's not a lot of space when guys are posting up because of the defensive rules right now. You can sit in a post guy's lap, especially if he's dominant. So I think guys, as a post player now, saying I got to go out to the three-point line, I got to go out to the free throw line to be able to have some spacing to make shots.
Young's shot is off.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Chemistry at its best, an unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Outside Collins. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's the Nuggets ball. Craig passes to Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here is Young, coming off 31 points last game.
He sees the whole floor, and he's making some quick decisions. Trae Young gets what he wants from the mid-range.
Jokic passes to Porter. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
Passes it to Collins. In the corner, Herter with it. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one. And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Now here's Porter. After the miss from John Collins. Here's Jokic. Millsap kicks to Porter. Puts it up from 12. Rebounded by Capella. And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
Morris is checked in for the Nuggets. Reddish, he's checked in for the Hawks. Here's Murray. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Clint Capella.
And Murray is so skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting to the charity stripe.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Dozier's checked in. Now here's Teague. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Morris with the rebound.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Here is Carter. 9 points last game out. That shot wide open.
And Teague knew that he would be open there. Great patience and vision from the point man.
Dedmon with the block. And he recovers it. Here's Dozier. Back to Plumlee. Misses in close. 17 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now the pass to Dedmon. To the paint. A nice shot by Teague.
And Teague is just so calm and collected when he gets near the rim.
Morris into the lane. 1 second left. And Plumlee gets it to go on the assist by Morris. And so the first quarter is in the books. The Nuggets on top, leading by 9. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years.
As a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
On the court for Atlanta, we've got Carter. Reddish out there with Teague. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Fernando in at the power forward position. The shot's good from Carter.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wings. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
Way to attack the interior. Dedmon really understands what the team needs from him.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, when Trae Young was in college, he was known for his long-range shooting. But Young says, the people who know me best know that I'd rather get an assist than any other stat. I pride myself on making the right play. Knowing your teammates get joy and excitement from playing with you is all I care about. Kevin?
That's great to see. Thank you, D.A. Craig can't get it to go.
You have to be willing to pass in those situations. That was a low percentage shot. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Millsap passes to Daniels. Takes the 3. And no good. And Atlanta will come the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
Hopefully they exercise better caution in this game and avoid cheap fouls that could get them in trouble again.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Murray's checked in. Atlanta also making some changes here. Collins checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Reddish. Huerter passes to Young. Clock at 6. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. You're a proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there's some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
Floats it up for Jokic. Daniels kicks to Craig. Back to Daniels. And stolen by Hunter. And the turnover again by Atlanta. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Torrey Craig. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Atlanta. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Young. For three, Murray. The Nuggets with another miss.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bembry. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
So good at the rim. A slow defensive rotation leads to the easy lay.
Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And that one's good by Porter.
Just using his size well close to the rim. Porter is outstanding at cashing in from those spots.
Hunter, the pass to Bembry. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And it's put back up and in by Capella. Capella's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Outside Collins. In the corner, it's Hunter. Pass to Bembry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he uses the glass on the layup. Bembry's got the lead up to 2 now for Atlanta.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Murray, no good. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Bembry kicks to Collins. He dishes it to Capella. Back to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
John Collins, a powerful dunker, especially when he gains momentum heading toward.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Hawks lead by.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each. Some struggles for Atlanta in the first quarter. As hard as they tried to compete, they just. And that does it for our.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
There is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, and sometimes the strategy in that case, don't let anyone else beat you. You know he's going to get his, so try and keep it to that.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the 2-guard. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets.
Even though he's an elite scoring talent, Young finds ways to involve his teammates.
And Smitty, the city of Atlanta, as you know, has really embraced Trae Young.
Kevin, they call him Ice Trae. The franchise handed him the keys, and he's running with it.
Hunter, the pass to Capella. Kicks it to Collins. Back to Capella. That's tipped. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Monte Morris comes in for Murray. Then for the Hawks, Carter comes in for Hunter. And it's Reddish in for Kevin Huerter. It's stolen by Carter. Here's Young. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. And now a 9-point Atlanta lead. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Denver Nuggets. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. And the turnover again by Atlanta. Hawks making a switch here. Teague's checked in. Nuggets shooting 43% from the field. 11 feet away. And another miss by Denver.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And it's Carter missing. For Denver, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Morris against Young. Here's Grant. The Nuggets with another miss.
Ugh, ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Young for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Doing great things at the offensive end. 3 for 4 to start this half.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
So it's Atlanta now. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Out to the right wing. Capella kicks to Young. Back to Capella. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Capella's got his second bucket tonight.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Back to Teague. 1:52 left in the third quarter. The 9-foot shot. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Capella's got the lead up to 12 now for Atlanta.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
This is who you want leading that play. A sure passer with great awareness.
Teague with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Capella, the pass to Teague. 1:19 left to play in the third. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And when you get as much speed going to the rim as Teague does, sometimes momentum just carries you in to a slam like that one.
Here's what the Atlanta Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that Thunder game, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Capella dishes to Reddish. Just 4 to shoot. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his first foul for the Nuggets. Millsap comes in for Mason Plumlee. And Daniels subbed in for Bull. Right block shot. A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And Reddish with the slam.
And one great play leads to another with Teague. His fast hands and fast feet making things happen. And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And the shot goes down. And the Hawks lead by 18.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Millsap. Shot to stop the run. Atlanta with the rebound. Dedmon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Fernando. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
For them, the first half was maybe more of a filling out process. Now it's winning time.
And so it's Atlanta closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Steve, the number of timeouts and even fouls have dropped in recent years. Do you think that's brought a better flow to the game?
Yeah, I think so. I know we have so much stoppage in our game, especially when they go to the referee's review. If we could do something about that, but I love that they've dropped the number of timeouts to keep the flow of the game. That's what most fans want to see, just the flow of the game continue.
Fourth quarter on the court for the Hawks. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Bembry in at the point guard. Jokic finds Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Over Collins. That misses off the backboard. Atlanta leading by 23. Herter passes to Collins. Dishes it to Dedmon. And it's good, 2 points.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Here's Murray, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
You gotta feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
Poke loose. Herter passes to Hunter. Here's Bembry. He's covered by Daniels.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Anytime you get an opportunity to show off a little bit, you have to take it.
The Hawks making a switch here. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now.
Yo, watch Murray.
Murray outside. On the wing, Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 6 points for Michael Porter.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Bembry kicks to Graham. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button. So, yeah, they got to be careful. You're right. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation.
The 19th pick in 2018 out of Maryland, Kevin Herter with the positional size and skill to adapt well to the NBA game.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Here's Bembry. No good on the 3. And with that skill level, Herter's a triple threat offensively.
Not just a standstill shooter, he can function as a secondary ball handler, creating for himself and others.
Down low, here's Graham, and Graham throws it down hard. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Dozier. Fernando pulls it in. Fernando's got 4 rebounds in this game. Herter passes to Jones. Here's Fernando. .130 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Herter. From outside, off the mark. Nuggets shooting the ball at 42%.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Atlanta.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And bragging rights between these teams were on the line today, and they put in some very good work to earn them. On the heels of this run, you wonder where was this effort earlier on?
Well, the question becomes, are they playing that much better now, or has their opponent taken the rest of the night off?
Here's Fernando. Jones kicks to Graham. Shot clock at 6. Fernando, the pass to Graham. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. The second chance effort. That one wide left. Passes it to Dozier. Launches a 3. That shot's-ing.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
You know, you look at how they built this lead. It's been through extra possessions.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of
I can't wait to get started in the NBA 2K21 demo, get my players started, and of course, all-time Lakers versus all-time Celtics.
Just out of curiosity, Chris, who has more championship rings?
Yeah, I was gonna talk about the Lakers, but then you bring up that argument, and I really don't have anything to say about it, unfortunately. So that's a low blow.
So I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
The city of Denver is in. As we're going to break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. To take a look at the Celtics. Unless they completely melt down, they should be in good position for a playoff run.
And you know, for the Celtics, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
I think they can, Greg, but one thing's for sure, they're about to find out that regular season pressure is no match for the playoff pressure.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Tatum out there with Daniel Tice. And it's Walker in at the point guard position. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Murray. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard position.
What an athletic play from Brown, showing off his mad hops on these jams.
Floats it up for Jokic. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Walker against Murray. Pulls it up. Craig, good. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team, it's something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team NBA.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang, an impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
And even at 6'5", Murray just elevates high inside for these buckets, a high percentage shooter down low.
Now, here's Walker. 11 points last game. And it's Brown missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Porter passes to Jokic. Back to Porter. Fires from deep. Goes back up. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Monte Morris is checked in for Jamal Murray. And then for Boston, Enes Kanter's checked in for Daniel Tice. And Smart subbed in for Gordon Hayward. Porter against Brown. 6 to shoot. Porter passes to Craig. To the inside. And stolen by Tatum. Porter with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Morris with the bucket. And this game is tied up now.
It almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation.
And here is Tatum. After Michael Porter made the last 3-pointer. Here's Brown. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Nuggets leading by 3. Here's Morris. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brown outside. Lets the 3 fly. Knocks down the 3 ball. Brown's got 7 points in the game.
He's got the hot hand right now. As long as he can keep getting open, they've got to keep feeding him.
Morris finds Jokic. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Walker the pass to Tatum. And it's sent back by Jokic. Smart against Porter. Pass to Millsap. Pocket 6. Morris dishes to Millsap. It's blocked. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Tatum leading the charge, and the shot goes in. 6 points for him.
Well, I'll say this. Tatum gives you options in the open court because he can score from anywhere.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Grant. Lays it up off the glass.
Oh, that's not the kind of interior defense you want. Way too slow to protect the rim.
Smart. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Nuggets ahead as they wrap up the first quarter on a 15-5 run. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what stands out to you from the Nuggets in this one?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Well, governing the split of second chance opportunities, Jay, I mean, that's what has them in the lead after one.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. We've got Williams. Jason Tatum is out there with Williams. Then there's Smart, and it's Wanamaker in at the point. Here's Dozier to the right side. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. And a look now at the Celtics' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Sunday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Chicago against the Bulls.
And that game against the Knicks, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Now here's Williams. 4 on the clock. Here's Smart. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a loss to Dallas. And it's Bull that time on the assist by Daniels.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here.
And with all their rangy wing defenders, the Celtics are well suited for the modern game.
Oh, yeah, they make it tough for opponents to get clean looks on the perimeter, GA, with their defense. I mean, it's a strong defensive team also because of the competitors that they possess.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jason Tatum, and he lobs it up toward the rim. Grant kicks to Daniels. Here's Dozier. Takes the 13-footer, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, drains it from beyond the arc.
Not a go-to shot when Hayward first came into the league. Now he's very comfortable pulling the trigger from there.
Dozier passes to Daniels. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Hayward outside. Pass to Wanamaker. Hayward looking over the floor. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Chris, at that free throw line, there's a lot of chirping, isn't there, among the players around the lane. It just seems like their mouths are always moving. A lot of chirping.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, for the ones that aren't sucking there and are tired, they're talking to each other. It's the only real break in action, and that's times, too, you get to see what has happened a few of the plays before, so you get to bust the guy up with some jokes or just flat out talking trash. And sometimes guys are saying, I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the guys are going, man, listen, I'm so tired. He's going to make this free throw. Don't push me too hard. I got to get rest for a couple seconds.
They say that, huh?
Oh, yeah. Especially to the guys. I remember saying that to Ben Wallace one time. He was my rookie, and I was like, listen, man, you know Legs is going to make this free throw, man. Don't push me all the way into the basket. You'd have a good
What was the
basket.
response?
He pushed me into the basket.
And it's denied, and he's able to get it back. Here's Plumlee, and he gets it back. Kicks it to Bowl. Tries yet again. Grant controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Back to Smart. Hayward outside. And it's good for 2. Hayward's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
And it's Murray penetrating. Good D by Williams.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
Smart misses.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Grant finds Murray. Plumlee trying to break loose. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Smart. To the middle. Here's Tice. And that one drops for him.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Inside. And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Smart. He's coming off a 16-point game against Milwaukee.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off it.
Smart up top. He's covered by Daniels. Here's Hayward. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Grant, he gets it in there. Grant's got 8 points.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Hayward on the wing. Shoots. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
He's showing he has the ability to hit huge shots. That's got to fire him.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Then
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. A pretty close game from the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held it 4. Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Gordon Hayward.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then it's Porter. Then there's Murray. And it's Craig in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Denver shooting their first free throw tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And stolen by Murray. Millsap kicks to Jokic. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Celtics trail by 6. Walker dishes to Brown. Back to Walker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Three-pointer, Hayward. Craig pulls it in.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Outside, Porter. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. No good on that one. Now Boston takes it the other way. GA drafted after only playing 3 games at the University of Missouri. A lot of people probably hadn't seen Michael Porter Jr. play basketball. But with that in mind, describe his game for us now.
Kevin, at 6'10", he's a fluid athlete with tremendous shot-making ability. He grew up one of 7 kids, homeschooled. They all played ball. He's had a basketball in his hands from a very young age, and you can see it in his approach.
Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 6th rebound on the night. And there's the pass to Jokic. Takes it from 10. Porter, no luck.
A really tough night for him offensively. I mean, I wonder what the score would be if he wasn't so cold from the field.
And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. 4-point game. After this one, they're off to San Antonio to take on the Spurs. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip for the Nuggets. Dozier's checked in, and Morris subbed in for Murray. Then for the Celtics, Cantor checked in for Daniel Tice, and it's Robert Williams in for Gordon Hayward. Stolen by Cantor. Round with it, guarded now by Morris. Offensive rebound, Cantor. Tatum kicks to Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
You know, some scouts thought Tatum had tunnel vision, looking only for his own shot, but he's more about team.
A 3 from Morris. It's not going to go for him. Walker with some nice D. For the tie. And the shot is long.
His bad night from the field is only going to get worse if he keeps throwing up shots like that.
Millsap finds Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. And we've seen stars, Chris, get suspended in the playoffs for having 7 technical fouls. Should we modify that rule at all, do you think?
I think it can be tweaked if everyone agrees on it. But for me personally, I don't think that we've had enough superstar players get suspended with that rule to say let's change the number. We definitely want superstar players to play in the playoffs, to play for their fans. But we also want to keep the integrity of the game. And if technicals means I get to yell at the referee more, well, then maybe I just have to have more discipline on my end and say, wait a minute, I can't do this because it's going to hurt the team. So I'm not sure about that yet.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
And, of course, the Celtics traded back from number 1 to number 3 to draft Tatum in terms of readiness and absolute steal.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. Tatum on the wing. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Tatum.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Kemba Walker. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's around 14 points per game, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Here's Daniels. Second shot opportunity. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Busted. No good that time either.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Here's Dozier. He's guarded by Williams. The rebound by the Celtics. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Smart. It's rebounded by Dozier.
Well, I'm surprised he's still out there. I mean, he's been invisible at the offensive end all game long.
And the shot goes in. Morris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets. Boston's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And there's the bucket from Tatum.
And you love the different ways that Tatum can score, posting up, facing up, putting the ball on the floor. He's having a great night.
Back to Morris. There's the triple. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. Nuggets lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, you see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And to look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Daniel Tice out there with Ennis Cantor. And it's Smart in at the 1 spot. Tice kicks to Brown. And here's Smart. 6 on the shot clock. It's tipped. Out to Hayward. Puts one up from 19. And right on target. Good.
You got to give Hayward his props. He's terrific at getting his shots in mid-range.
And finished off by Porter.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
To the wing right side. Back to Brown. Looking to get back on track here. And foul on the shot. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. His point to them was that they put themselves in the position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. So he needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
Millsap against Tatum. Porter looking it over. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Celtics trail by 4.
Get Walker.
Walker the pass to Brown. Murray against Walker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown wide open. He fires. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Boy, I tell you, when Brown shoots in rhythm, he shows terrific form, terrific confidence.
A putback. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
On the wing, Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Hayward's got 4 assists in the game.
The body and agility, rare, considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Yeah, easy call.
And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
2 shots.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, You got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so Murray nails both of them.
Now, his free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Tice kicks to Hayward. Tice passes to Walker, and he gets the bucket.
And that's what you got to love about Walker's fearlessness. He wants the ball in those big moments.
Here's Murray. Shoots from the baseline, and he knocks down the jumper. Murray's got 6 in the quarter. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Brown drives in. Tatum on the wing. Brown against Millsap. Tatum passes to Brown. Off target from outside. Denver leading by 4. Porter finds Murray. Back to Porter. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 5. Here's Millsap. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Millsap's got 9 points here in the second half.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
And Tice gets it to go.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
There's the double team with Walker. Murray, the pass to Craig. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Murray against Walker. Pass to Brown. Takes a 3. Paul Millsap with the rebound. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. From deep. And it's Brown missing.
Even though he's gone ice cold, he keeps shooting. I mean, it's late enough in the game for him to recognize there's some better options.
Murray with it. Outside Porter. Lets it go with the 3. It's good from long range. And it's a 9-point Denver lead.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great fit.
Here's Craig. He's covered by Brown. To the inside. Here's Jokic. Tips it up, and it's Millsap with the extra effort.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Game time, hang time. Who been the plug in the power? Ayy, came with a charge in my alley. Ooh, charge it again like it's credit. Your team crowd need to edit. Yeah, I see face and get it. Hold up, ooh, that's good. Need a minute, need a plan to revive. Let's get a shot pressing. They say what I say. They got like 20 moves and like 100 problems. I'm James with a step back, throw that shot up.
Nestled among the peaks of the Rock. And with tip-off coming up, well, the G League continues to be a great asset for the NBA. Great stuff, David. Thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for Morris.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
And the Clippers starting five. They've got Morris, Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for Denver, Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Porter. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard position. George looking around. Murray against Beverly. To the middle. Here's Zubac. Tonight, both these teams missing key players. Brent, if you're a backup, talk about the pressure of replacing an injured star. That's got to be difficult.
Well, Kevin, you see throughout the course of the season with how much NBA basketball you watch, how much a player's opportunity coming off the bench can be enhanced by what the role has been before coming into this game. Going from 0 minutes to playing 35 is tough. But if that player has found the rhythm at 12 and 15 minutes, you know, tonight he should be chomping at the bit. He's ready to go. He's been getting those incremental moments on the floor. Tonight's the time for him to step up a little.
Incredible opportunity.
Great chance.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Beverly. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Consistent in finding ways at coming up with steals. Patrick Beverly in the shorts of the opposition.
Murray outside. Porter outside. A shot missing. Great D that time from Leonard. Murray with the defensive effort.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And the Clippers making a change here. Shamet's checked in. Here's Murray. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Morris. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
The shot's good from Nikola Jokic.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Morris passes to Shamet. For the three. It's rebounded by Paul Millsap. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
And the Nuggets franchise still looking for their first trip to the NBA Finals.
How about the franchise making the ABA Finals back in 1976? So it's been quite elusive here in the mountains to get the finals back to Denver. 40 years ago, still looking for that trip.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Morris is checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Williams. No good there. Now Denver takes it the other way. Last time they came together was in Los Angeles, where they fell to the Clippers.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another, really the story of the game.
Yeah, it felt like just the entire roster was stuck in neutral. There was nobody offensively that could get anything going.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his first foul. Reggie Jackson's checked in for George. Here's Dozier. He's guarded by Williams. Morris kicks to Dozier. Morris passes to Bull. Back to Morris over Jackson. And another miss by Denver.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
It's stolen by Green. Morris with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. The drive by Green. Outside for Jackson. Back to Williams. Plumlee with some nice D.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, I saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there. Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Here's Williams. Can't connect from short range.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Denver making a switch here. Daniels has checked in. LA's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Outside Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Dozier kicks to Daniels. Here's Grant. Good work defensively by Morris. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 2. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Jeremy Grant is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Bull. And it's Dozier in at the point guard. Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial six-man of the year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine 3 of those guys with the skill set, so one has it and the other 2 are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And
tough
all of those
to defend,
guys,
right? I mean,
yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if you talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. The baseline J. Great positioning on the putback. Daniels has got it all tied up now for Denver.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Beverly against Murray. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws here for the night. A different look for Denver. Porter's checked in for Bull. And Morris subbed in for Troy Daniels. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. It's Porter outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Morris has got his fourth rebound in this one. Leonard, the shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got the lead up to 4 now for Los Angeles. It's George on the wing. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Now, Paul George ready to shoot as soon as he caught it. Quick release there.
And another miss by Denver. Here's Los Angeles now. Big stretch here going 10-2. Murray against Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now a 9-point Clipper lead.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
There's Porter with the three. It's hauled in by George. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Throws it up high.
And how about the setup? Man, Morris keeping his head up. Beautiful assist.
Pass to Morris. 51 seconds left in the first half of the game. Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Now Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
And it's Murray penetrating. Morris. And it's sent back by George. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. And it's Leonard missing. The Nuggets trail by 9.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Morris, no good. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
So it's Denver now. And so we conclude the first half. The Clippers on top. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. And that'll...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Zubats in at the 5, roaming the paint. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. The Nuggets trail by 9.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
There's the pass to Murray. Over Beverly. It's hauled in by Zubats. Clippers leading by 9. On the wing, George. Guarded by Porter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player, but
right.
You know the role that he had for
Yes,
the teams that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely, from year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. Here's Craig, defended by Beverly. And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George, just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Leonard with no one around. Offensive rebound, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Morris has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And he recovers it. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic. The Clippers have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Leonard dishes to Green. And here's George for 3. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Craig passes to Daniels. Pass to Millsap. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Millsap's got his first basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Clippers leading by 7. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Yes, that goes in.
Patrick Beverly could do that in close, finds a way to get that one up, and you know he likes to score. It doesn't happen a ton, but he loves it.
Millsap passes to Jokic. It's stolen by Green. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Good on the three-point shot. And now a 12-point Clipper lead.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Oh, Morris in position. It's George on the wing. Back to Morris. It's good. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
For 3, Murray. That shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris, and it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly.
Well, the wingspan and the timing that Kawhi Leonard has is really remarkable. He utilizes those strengths to dominate both ends of an NBA floor.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Catches the defender a little bit out of position. Plumlee makes a strong move to take advantage.
The Nuggets have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. He's off on the second, and it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Jackson dishes to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Back to Leonard. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Leonard's got 17.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
The Nuggets have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Plumlee out there with Grant. Then there's Monte Morris. Then it's Porter. And it's Dozier in at the 2 guard. That's the group on the floor for Denver. Jackson finds George. Back to Jackson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Lou Williams has checked in for Los Angeles. That's good from Jackson.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
Morris passes to Dozier. Oh, good with the triple. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Their next game playing at home is the Nets coming to town. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, you got to stay down on that shot fake. Lou Williams so good at using that tool.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Nuggets trail by 18. Morris outside. Gets a hand on it. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers shooting at 51%. Really solid. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Porter. Leonard against Morris. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 10 points here in the second half.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
That one goes. Count it.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Williams from outside. Denver grabs the miss. Plumlee's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead. Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Leonard inside. Morris is there. Shot clock at 6. Leonard looking over the floor. Misses the hole. Now shooting 8 for 14. Porter kicks to Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Leonard against Porter. Passes it to Grant. To the wing on the left. Morris outside. That 3 off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Williams passes to Leonard. Back to Williams. Outside Jackson. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 8 points for Reggie Jackson.
And Jackson has become a reliable 3-point shooter. That's a shot you got to respect.
He gets that one.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. The Nuggets trail by 19 to the paint. Leonard with the steal. And Williams, here we go, makes it off the glass.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
Grant, that's good.
Now, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kawhi Leonard.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
50 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Down low, it's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. Plumlee's got it. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Dozier kicks to Morris. Pass to Grant. Here's Dozier. He's covered by Leonard. The three from Morris. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. This one was over well. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry.